Hi everyone, thanks for joining in. So, does feeling fat ruin your summer fun? Well, tonight we're going to look at how reducing inflammation can help with that. So, we've all been there. We've all put on that cute summer dress or bathing suit and then quickly ripped it off because it doesn't quite look how it did the summer before or how we wish it would look right now. But did you know that low grade chronic inflammation can be a major contributor to those extra inches on your waistline that are bothering you? And the great news is that it doesn't take very long to get rid of once you know what might be causing it. So, in this live, we're going to look at the top 3 contributors to inflammation and look at ways to eliminate that. So last week, Daria showed you some valuable expressive arts therapy techniques to help you feel stronger and better emotionally about your body. And I hope you tried out some of these techniques because honestly, those practices really get your glow on from the inside out. And if you didn't catch it, you can catch the replays for all our lives under the guides tab on the Food Struggles group page. So let me know if you need some help finding it. This week, I want to supplement what she showed you by explaining some of the physiological reasons why you might not be looking and feeling like your best self, and by showing you some simple ways to work on healing. Specifically, I'm addressing inflammation and how it can make you feel poorly both emotionally and physically, and how that can limit you from feeling confident about how you look. And if you work towards healing and reducing that inflammation, you'll see dramatic results in as little as 2 weeks. So, are you ready to heal? Yay, let's do this. But first, for those of you who don't already know, I'm Lisa, and I'm a certified nutritional practitioner and a certified personal trainer who's worked with hundreds of clients over the years, teaching people about their bodies and helping them achieve their personal wellness goals. And together, Daria and I have created a number of transforming relationships with food courses, which are specifically geared towards women stuck in self-sabotaging weight loss patterns. And we help people transform their relationship with food and with themselves so that you stop worrying about dieting, so you get off that diet train and make lifestyle patterns. Our workshops and courses help you to change your eating habits for better health with minimal guilt, minimal shame, self-deprivation, or loss. And our goal is to help you make better choices because you finally agree you deserve to feel good every day. And healthy food choices are the first step in feeling really, really good. So in these lives, we do our best to share insights that can help you move towards this place and shift your perspective about yourself and your bodies to a more compassionate one. So thanks for joining me, and please comment live if you're watching now or replay if you're watching the recording. So the top 3 contributors to inflammation are fairly easy to fix if you're willing to do a little work. They are lack of sleep, lack of proper nutrients, and lack of movement. So there are other contributors, of course, to inflammation, but by working on these 3, you can see incredible results in as little as 2 weeks. So let's look further at each one. So the first one I want to point out is lack of sleep. So both your body and your brain suffer from inflammation when you don't get enough sleep. First, your body, when it's sleep deprived, it produces excess cortisol. And excess cortisol contributes dramatically to inflammation, especially in your gut. Over time, the inflammation will become permanent because your body will produce a protective layer of fat around your organs when it's chronically exposed to stress because it wants to keep your organs safe and warm because it feels like it's under attack. So there's that. But more importantly, your brain repairs itself during deep sleep. So when you aren't getting enough sleep for long enough, you don't go into that deep state, and your mental health will suffer, your emotions and your mental health will suffer. And this makes doing anything towards wellness that much more difficult. So let me explain why, or try to explain why. So new research in the last decade has shown that neurotoxic waste products are cleaned out during sleep. So this includes beta amyloid, which is the peptide that can aggregate into plaques in your brain, and that will disrupt neurotransmission. Which disrupts brain function and causes and also causes inflammation. So amyloid plaques have been associated with brain diseases like Alzheimer's and dementia. So while you're in deep sleep or slow wave sleep, your lymphatic system opens up and lets in cerebral spinal fluid. And that acts like a cleaning agent, like you're spraying your whole bathroom with like cleaning agent. So the cerebral spinal fluid goes in your brain and it removes that amyloid and plaques, like a little spa, like your brain is going through a spa. And what's more, during sleep, while that cerebral spinal fluid is flowing, the neurons start firing in sync with one another, like syncing up everything that you learned during the day and improving, which improves memory formation. So it solidifies all the memories from the day. So anything you learn in the day will like sync up during deep sleep because of that spinal fluid, cerebral spinal fluid. So in summary, a cleaner brain is happier because the garbage is flushed out, and you need 6 to 8 hours sleep a night to have that happen, like for better mood, memory, and for reducing that inflammation. Different people need different amounts of time for sleep, and so you know your body, but get the amount that you need every night. You know how much that is. I know you know. So if you're having trouble sleeping, comment, "I need help sleeping," and we'll help you with some tapping exercises to help relax your central nervous system and get you ready for sleep. So the second major contributor to inflammation is a lack of proper nutrients for your body. So it's important to remember that every body is very different, and finding the proper way to nurture your particular system is so important. And that's the premise of the Me Method, is helping you find your method, for health. So this means feeding your body enough of the particular nutrients it requires to function well. And as well, you need to eliminate the particular foods that may be causing inflammation in your body. So these factors differ from body to body for a number of reasons that I won't expand on in this live because it takes a long time, but I'm always happy to talk about them one-on-one. So if you want to enjoy an exciting Friday night shindig talking about how the body works with me, I'm down. I'm great at parties. Just kidding. So balancing your macronutrients is the first step towards better nutrition. So this is what we teach you in our transformation workshops. So this means balancing your carbohydrate, protein, and fat ratios. And it's actually a lot easier to do than you'd think. And often by default, when you do accomplish this, you end up increasing your vegetable and fruit intake and limiting your processed food intake. So like diminishing the amount of sugar and chemicals that you're eating, which really actually ends up improving your micronutrient intake, which are, of course, are vitamins and minerals. So we go over how to effectively balance your macronutrients in our starter program. So I'll post that link in the comments after this live. But also, to reduce food testing, it's important to think about maybe to reduce inflammation, it's important to think about doing food testing. So there's 3 types of like allergies from food. And the first one is a true allergy. So this one you probably are already aware of if you have one, because the response is violent and very quick. Like, so if, for example, anaphylaxis from eating peanuts or nausea from eating eggs, so you'll see that response within 30 minutes of ingesting the food. And the second is called a food sensitivity. So this is antibody IgG mediated. The first one is IgE mediated. So IgG mediated show up anywhere from 30 minutes to 3 days after eating that food. So it's often difficult to pinpoint exactly what you might be allergic to, especially if you're eating processed food where there's a number of things in number of ingredients. Um, but it's called a food sensitivity, but actually the effects are similar to that of the more severe anaphylaxis. Like you will get uncomfortable nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, rashes, sneezing and wheezing, headaches, and you can even get some cognitive issues like you can get depression or brain fog, irritability. All of these are as a result from the inflammation caused by the IgG antibodies turning into immune complex and I can explain it another time. Anyways, once again, nerd. Parties, great at parties. Um, and the third reaction that causes inflammation in your body, particularly your stomach, in your intestines, is from enzymatic deficiencies, such as not having the right enzyme to break down the sugars or proteins in the food. A common one you might be aware of is not having the lactase enzyme to break down lactose, which is the sugar in dairy. So many people stop producing this enzyme by age 4 and suffer from lactose intolerance. And results of this type of inflammation in the gut lead, our gastrointestinal issues like farting and bloating. So anyways, those 3 types, I can actually help with food testing. So if you're in the Lower Mainland, look me up. If not, it's a good idea to contact a naturopath in your area to get both the IgE and the IgG and then as well as the enzymatic tests done. Your general practitioner will likely only send you for true allergy testing, the IgE mediated, and those are done, through a scratch test. But it won't give you the full picture of your food sensitivities or enzymatic issues. So comment, I need food testing, if you'd like me to contact you about doing some of this. So another thing to consider is the fact that your gut biome plays a very important role in immune function, and your diet is what keeps the microbiota in the gut functioning properly. And research has shown when your gut flora is imbalanced, you can suffer from chronic low-grade inflammation, and that's linked to a number of kind of serious diseases. When it lasts a long time, it can lead to autoimmune conditions such as IBD and type 2 diabetes, and as well as more severe sort of long-term diseases like Alzheimer's and non-alcoholic induced fatty liver disease, and of course obesity. So in summary, people get healthier on diets that are rich with whole plant foods and fermented fibers because the inflammation is kept down on those. And positive results come very quickly when you stick to those diets. And we can help you with that. So the third most common cause of inflammation is, of course, lack of movement. So studies have shown that chronic low-grade inflammation may be the cause of most common chronic diseases, as I've already said, particularly cardiovascular disease. Obesity has been repeatedly been associated with chronic low-grade inflammation. And while there are few studies that prove whether the anti-inflammatory health benefits are because of the exercise or because of the results of favorable body changes in body composition that exercise brings, I don't know which comes first, the chicken or the egg, but it does show that regular movement is what helped in the long run. And what's more, you don't have to break a sweat, you don't have to do aerobics to reap the benefits of movement when it comes to reducing that dangerous inflammation. In fact, studies show that stretching is one of the most effective methods. So a study in 2012 in particular showed that mice who had been injected in their backs with an inflammatory agent called carrageenan, which, by the way, is a preservative found in a few of the non-dairy milks. So check for that because it does cause inflammation, carrageenan. I went off track again, sorry, nerd. The mice were injected in the spine with carrageenan to cause inflammation, and they showed demonstrated a remarkable decrease in inflammation when they were subjected to stretch routines similar to that of yoga and physiotherapy. So they were manually stimulated, so the like somebody actually moved their little legs and arms. So cute and so cruel at the same time. But anyways, it showed that the yoga did decrease the inflammation. So stretching works. And I've witnessed it firsthand with my own clients. Just getting that circulation going for 30 to 45 minutes a day through movement, stretching, interval training can cause a dramatic decrease in inflammation. So comment, I want to get moving if you'd like to get started, if you'd like help getting started. So tonight I'm super excited to tell you that Daria and I are going to be offering our best workshop in person on the weekend of June 24th and 25th in downtown Vancouver. And the workshop is called Transforming Your Relationship with Food, Living to Eat versus Eating to Live. And in that workshop, over that weekend, we'll be helping you experience a transformation in your understanding of the roles food currently plays in your life by showing you how your food choices affect your emotions and how your emotions affect your food choices. So during that workshop, we're going to learn about the emotional and physical barriers your mind and body have adopted to protect you from change and the strategies you need to break through those barriers to achieve the wellness you're looking for. And you'll go from feeling overwhelmed and powerless, over the course of many years of trying to get well, to feeling knowledgeable and powerful, empowered. I'll be teaching you how to balance your macronutrients, specifically according to your own basal metabolic rate. So how many calories you need a day to keep your body functioning and how many you might need to lose weight or to stay the same. We will look at that. I'll also be food testing you for over 80 food items, and you can bring other additional items if you want. You'll get a recipe book full of macro balanced meal ideas and the collection of vitamin and mineral ebooks to teach you all about vitamins, minerals, hydration, and macronutrients. So comment, I'm interested, if you might be interested in this course, and we can book a 15-minute call to see if this workshop is right for you. So thanks for tuning in tonight. And remember, there's 3 ways to reduce inflammation: more sleep, better nutrients, and what was the third? Anybody? I can't see the comments, darn it. So I just said them now, I forget. anyways, thanks for tuning in, and sorry, lack of movement. Anyways, very nice to see you, and I look forward to hearing from you. Thanks, guys.